All right, guys, so this is going to be the assembly for my replica of SOG's discontinued Voodoo Hatchet. That's also in Tarkov and stuff like that. So we'll just go through the assembly real quick. I'm also going to try adding a second view here. Because sometimes I need to show stuff and it's a little bit easier to show up from the side than it is to like hold up here and stuff. But first we'll start with the normal stuff. I use the CA glue. It's a two-part super glue. It's a super glue that cures real slowly. It's thick. But then there's an activator that pretty much instantly starts setting it as soon as you spray it. This is a brand that I've been using for a long time. I switched to about 2 years ago, and I now carry this on my website, which I'm very stoked about because it helps alleviate some of the questions and issues people were having with going and buying some random real cheap thick super glue, and it smokes and leaves bad residue everywhere. So this is available on the website. There's this is the size, so it's the aerosol activator and the glue. Unfortunately, I can't ship this stuff internationally just because there's a lot of countries that don't allow aerosols, period, and there's a lot of countries that don't allow aerosols to be imported, so, or even glues for that matter. So this one's real simple, real quick, easy. I could have just done a diagram for it, but I'm really wanting to get back to doing videos for even all my older models too. It just makes it so much easier. So all we're gonna do is we'll start out. This is the grip portion. This is the hilt portion. These are our little side plates. And once we're done with this, I'll show you this setting next to a real one, so you can see, you know, that the scale is exactly the same. Again, I don't have any association with SOG. I just know that everybody loved this hatchet when they made it. And for those of us that wanted like a display one, or one that, you know, can cosplay with, that's what this is for. I don't think you really want to carry a real sharp hatchet into like a convention or anything. So what we're going to do is first, I'm going to reach over here and I am going to mute my cell phone, because it never fails in the middle of doing this stuff. Let me grab my second cell phone here. Just a second, sorry. No matter how prepared I tried to be, this one phone requires me to go up here, and there we go. All right, so anyways, got a little snot bubble worth of glue right there. All right, so we're just going to start with the hilt. The hilt goes on this end down here where all the little grip grooves are at. And what I do is I just go right here around this edge. And this one I'm doing a little bit opposite than normal in my videos, because I will usually tell people to put the glue down around the edge, but we do want a little bit of glue on the mating surface. Let me grab this and very awkwardly hold that and screw that together. All right, so there's that. Next part is going to be this little on the real one, it's just a metal wrap that goes right there. So we're going to go ahead and do that. On this one now, back to the normal of putting glue along your edges. And the main reason for doing this is when you glue things together, if you do it on this edge, as you push it in, it will push glue down in there, versus putting it on here where it will have a tendency to smear out all over your kit. All right, so there's this portion, and you know, this would be on the regular one, this is like a chrome color or a polished steel. This is black. This is polished steel. Then of course the head and stuff is all polished steel, and these side plates would be black. If you're doing it for the Tarkov version, basically it would be like an anodized black, like a rubber black, anodized black, anodized rubber black, and so get all the little boogies off of it. Thought it actually turned out pretty cool, but this is a separate piece. This is printed in the opposite direction for strength, where these pieces are printed with their layer lines going this way, which would ease in breaking pretty easy. So what we do here is we've got this dude that we're going to put in like this. But before we do that, take your side pieces, and if you note, they're wider at one end than the other. And they will also, you can put them, they have a little groove here that goes in here. If you put it there, see, that's wrong because it leaves a gap. So if you turn it around, it would fill in that gap. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take that off, make sure we don't screw this up and put this on wrong. I am going to come in here and I'm going to put glue all around where that goes. And I'm just going to lay that on there. Now, before I spray that, since I'm about to put the second one on, and again, make sure you don't screw up and put the second one on incorrectly, I'm just going to put more glue all around my edge and on my end. I'm going to hit that, which now that causes all that to start instantly setting and curing. I'm going to push that together. We're just going to let it chill for a minute. Now, if you notice, one end of this was wider than the other. That way you can't, you know, it's only going to go together one way. And what happens is once it's done, we're going to take this and push it up into the head, which you can, you know, you'll want to paint all these parts separate. And if you want to, the flat reinforcement part, you could glue to this head. It's just easier to do it this way because it keeps everything flush. So now be careful because, you know, like I still had glue that was inside this groove from when I smashed it down. That's why I went ahead and slid this in and let it glue. And then down here, the last thing for us to do is to put it together just like that. And see, like all that's locked in now. But what we're going to do on this is we are going to put a good little amount of glue around that edge. And then I'm just going to take the tip of the glue applicator and just spread it just a little. Because you don't want a bunch because it's, you know, it'll squish out everywhere when you're done. I'm going to slide this together and hold some pressure on it because I put a good amount of glue in there, so we want to give it time to activate all of it. All right. So then the only other thing that we need to do is, let me find the correct size driver here, which that is not it. There we go. And the two little Allen screws can just go in down here. And I did that so you don't have to worry about trying to paint those little bitty heads and stuff. These are different because you could just put straight tape right across there and use a razor and cut your tape out so you can paint those silver or whatever metal color you want to. Get this screwed in here. Then I will show it next to an actual real SOG. So there it is. That's the Voodoo. You know, it's nice and light. It's not heavy or anything. Let me show you my SOG. SOG makes some of the coolest knives and accessories and stuff. Like probably every knife I own, besides a few Kershaws, stuff like that, are all SOG stuff. But anyways, so that's you know, that's what she looks like. This is a 2 or 3 pounds. This is next to nothing. So, but yeah, there you go. There's my little replica of it, so that you guys have something safe to carry whenever you go to cons, or if you want to paint and hang on the wall and stuff like that. I believe they discontinued it last year, so which is kind of sad, but at the same time, I mean, you can't really get a real one to carry, do anything like that. So I appreciate it, guys.